Just now entering the cipher called Real to Real 360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed. Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real to Real 360 show. Let's get it in.
We do the knowledge and wisdom so you can understand. Real to Real 360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace to all our mighty 5% nation of God's nurse to all the human families on the planet Earth. We bid you love, peace, and happiness. I salute. I am DJ K Wise. Allah, welcome to Real 360. All right, y'all, we got another banger for you starting off this week, man. I'm excited. I know y'all are. So without further ado, let me bring on my co-host with the most as we bring this thing to a new state of mind and hustle. All right, y'all know who he is. He needs no intro, but let's flow low. Let's
Am
go.
I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Law. Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. I'd like to take the time out and thank all of those who have showed us nothing but love in the last couple of years. And thank you to Lex Luger and the Soul Music Awards Committee for, acknowledging us down there in Biloxi, Mississippi over the weekend. And we're humbly accepting Podcast of the Year. Also, too, on another note, we lost a righteous brother today. One of my own students, Shabazz, had returned to the essence today by 1 o'clock. Man, I give nothing but love and peace to his family and condolences out to his family. But now that we got some of that business out the way, it's time to get off into, what we do and what we do the best. Man, listen, this brother right here coming straight out of Louisiana. This brother coming straight out of Louisiana and coming out of a camp that's mean. You talking about a camp with Roy Chip. You talking about a camp, with Lisa, Lil Run, Ice Dog. The camp speaks for itself. So he's not coming with nothing less than great hits. So ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together for the one and only Mr. Maurice 337. Let's get it.
Awesome.
How y'all doing?
It's good, bro, man. Yo, I tell you, it's funny. Like, I didn't even know you was in that camp. Like, because, I follow you we follow each other on TikTok. I didn't even know you was in that camp. So,
yeah.
Until me and you had a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you had a conversation. You told me you was in the camp. And I talked to Dirk. I got at least 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
When I talked to him about you, he was like, yeah, man. I was like, we got to get him on. So we was trying to get everything situated, you know what I mean, to get you in here. Now we finally got you. And at this moment in time, man, I would like for you to introduce yourself to all our followers, likers, and subscribers.
Well, my name is Maurice 337, and like you said, man, I'm with Mo Hits. I've always been down with Chip since the 90s, man, before Mo Hits, when it was Hot Box Records, man. I got out of the military, bro, and I came back down here to Louisiana, started doing music, hooked up with Chip, and just been riding with him ever since then. I took a long break from music to focus on family, and just recently I was encouraged by a few people to get back into it, and I jumped back into it, man. And I'm from Carencro, Lafayette, Louisiana, which is all the way at the bottom, about 45 minutes away from Baton Rouge, about an hour away from Lake Charles. So we kind of centralized, but all the way at the bottom, man. And so a lot of good people come from here. Cupid is from here. Matter of fact, we went to the same high school. Of course, Lil Runt, Lisa, Ice Dog. We all from Lafayette, all from the Lafayette area. So You know, it's filled with talent down here, man.
Definitely, man. That's one thing I do say. You know, a lot of the people that you talked about, like we have relationships with, Nice Dog, Cupid. You know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
have conversations about. You know what I'm saying, that gumbo that y'all got down there in Lafayette. You know what I'm saying, when it comes down to the artists,
Right.
because y'all get a mixture of everything, like right there. Even though it's down at the bottom, you
Mhm.
get the zydeco, you get the swing out, you get, you know what I'm saying, you get the bounce. So it's
Right.
like, what genre, you know what I'm saying, do you really want to step into? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
being that that's what it is, like, what was it about? Because when I listen to it, it sounds like swing out. So
Okay.
what was it about swing out? And those who don't know what swing out is, you know what I'm saying, just explain that to what swing out is.
Swing out basically, man, is something you can two step to, man. It's a two-step dance. Swinging out is actually a dance, a particular dance that we have out here where, of course, a man and a woman does it, and is basically a two-step, one step to the left, one step to the right, then you double it up, you spin them around and stuff, almost like what they do in Chicago, but a little different. They call it stepping in Chicago, but it's a little different. In the
Mhm,
song, it can't be too slow, but it can't
mhm,
be too fast either.
mhm,
The perfect song I can think of is I'm Curious. You know the
mhm.
song I'm Curious by is it Midnight Star? They made
Midnight,
that?
Midnight Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midnight Star, yeah. So, you know, a lot of the Maze songs, Frankie Beverly and Maze song, you can swing out to. When you start talking locally, of course, all the Roy songs, Gonna Do Me, stuff like that, it's all swing out. You can is at a certain tempo where you can swing out on the floor with it. So, and you can go right there to Baton Rouge in New Orleans and go in a club and nobody know what swing out is. And it's only like 45 minutes away from here. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Lake Charles, they'll probably know it a little bit, but you go to Alexandria, go up north, they don't know what it is. So
Mhm,
it's very unique to this area, just like Zydeco is very unique. The home of Zydeco, which is Opelousas, Louisiana, is
mhm,
only 30, or not even 30 minutes. It's only 10 minutes up the road in Opelousas, up I-49.
mhm.
So everything is right here, and swinging out and Zydeco dancing is just it's unique to this area.
Hmm. Definitely. And if you don't know, you know what I'm saying, you don't not familiar with the area, you might not know what it is. But the music is definitely it definitely moves you. It definitely gives you that grown folks feel when you talk about grown folks music. You
Hmm.
definitely get all that in the above when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, swing out. Because that is something that we are missing. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I think a lot of people love the stepper sets and the swing outs and things like that, because you get a chance to be grown again. You know what I mean?
No doubt,
You're
no
putting
doubt.
on you're putting on your best finds. You got your shoes on, them hard bottoms, and you know what I'm saying.
Right,
You
right.
know, you cleaning up. You know what I'm saying. So I think that's one of the things that we enjoy. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
get a chance to go back and experience that once again. Um, But when it came down to music, what made you start embarking in music? And shout out to Shay Williams, appreciate you. Um,
I started doing music in high school, man. I put a band together. It was called Traffic Jam. And really that band right there consisted of Kevin Menard, who played the drums for Buckwheat Zydeco. He's a two-time Grammy drummer for Buckwheat Zydeco. JJ Kaye played the keyboard. JJ Kaye is known down here for Zydeco and Swing Out. His dad was also known for Zydeco. Um, my brother Manuel Garden played the bass. So I started experiencing with music. I knew I wanted to do music in high school. We performed for different homecomings and stuff like that, and we were an actual band. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's where I started. And of course, after high school, I ended up in the army. Did 5 years in the Army and continued doing music in the Army, but Iraq kind of put a damper on that because I had to deploy to Iraq. And once I was done with the Army, I moved back to Louisiana, man. And the first person I hooked up with was Roy, and we started doing music again. And of course, when I jumped back into it, it was more R&B-ish. It wasn't really no Southern soul. I wasn't really messing with Southern soul too much. But eventually, after I took a break from music and came back, I kind of jumped into that genre of Southern soul. And like when you listen to Sponsor You, it might have a taste of Southern soul in it, but it's really swing out. But I have other songs that are coming out that's like pure Southern soul. I mean, pure Southern soul when you listen to it. So my music, the music that I come out, just like Big Mama's House. When I did that, that's kind of like bluesy. So my style of music is kind of like the gumbo. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're gonna get in it. You know, I might give you this, I might give you that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I feel at the time, or the music that I have at the time. If I can write to it, I'll go ahead and put some lyrics down on it.
Definitely. I want to say shout out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let loose, Denise Cannon. Appreciate you, sis. Thank y'all for tuning in. That's why I started out in the beginning saying that, you know what I'm saying, come from that gumbo area. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what you're going to expect from any of those artists coming from that area, because being so diverse in different styles. You know what I mean? So this was the thing that I was looking at. Like, I know like Roy is heavy in swing out, but he's like rocking R&B. You know what I'm saying? He's really R&B-ish, but he's killing the swing out. You know, you got the Shay Nicole that's over there. You know, you got the Lisas that's over there. So you never know what's going to come out that camp. And like you said, you've been in the camp for a while, from the very beginning. So over the years, what were some of the lessons that you've learned from being in Mo Hits?
Man, one thing that I was taught was just not to lock myself into one style. I was told, you know, don't label yourself a Southern soul artist, or don't label yourself this particular type of artist. Just keep it open to where you can kind of, you know, you can kind of put out what you want. You know, you can put out what you feel and stuff. That's one thing. The second thing is just consistency. Just put out good music. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and when it comes to music, quality is better than quantity. You know, you have some artists that put out music once a week, but if the music if it's not moving the people, if it's not about something that moves the people, I just think it's a waste of time. So a lot of times it may take me, for one song, it may take me a week to write that song, because I want to make sure the right lyrics are in. I'm not trying to just put rhyming words into my music. I'm trying to put reality into my music. So, you know, it may take me a week to write one song. And so quality is sometimes better than quantity a lot of times when it comes to music. And I've learned how to get honest opinions from the different people that I go to, like Roy, like Kevin Menard, like JJ Kaye. You know what I'm saying? Those are friends that I can go to, and they'll tell me, nah, because at one time I wanted to add an accordion to a certain song. And I was like, what you think about an accordion in this song? And they were like, nah, not that one. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do it. So I take their opinions, and you know, I just push as hard as I can, man, when it comes to doing music and just trying to be seen out there.
Yeah, that's a jewel within itself. But explain to me, what was the inspiration behind Big Mama?
Big Mama's House. When I started writing it, I was thinking about my grandmother. Of course, down south, especially down south, a lot of times the grandmother is the one who sometimes raise the kids. You know what I'm saying? Even though the mama's still around, the mama is still in the household, is the grandma that kind of takes control. And basically, I was raised by my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? My mom was a student at Xavier University when I was born, and so she continued going to Xavier, and I was raised by my grandmother for 5 years, and it was just something I wanted to do something to a tribute to my grandmother, and then of course it's a tribute to all other grandmothers. And at first it wasn't named Big Mama's house; it was named Grandma's house. But I wanted the song to be dedicated to Black grandmothers. And you never hear white people calling their grandmothers Big Mama. It's always, when you hear Big Mamas, you know that's Black. You know what I'm saying? And the song was written in dedication to the Black grandmothers, because, you know, of how they raised us, and some of their beliefs and some of the things they would tell us. And that's what I mentioned in the song. Some of the things they would tell you, like, you know, a closed eye ain't always sleep, stuff like that.
Right.
You know, just different little sayings and stuff. So I put it into a song, and it was basically a dedication to my grandmother and other Black grandmothers, because the grandmother was the house that you went to every Saturday or every Sunday, most of the time on Sundays, where all the aunts, all your uncles came, y'all ate, y'all played cards, or they played cards, and you just hung out, and then you went back and you know, back home that night, and then you did it again every Sunday. And it was just that has gone away. You know what I'm saying? That part of the family, I don't know, that tradition has gone away. Not everyone, because there's still some people that does it, but it's just, I don't know, it's not the same anymore. So that's why I did Big Mama's house.
Now, we're going to get off into that right quick. Kay, you ready? Let's get it.
Let's get it right here, y'all. Real to Real 360. Let's go.
You know, the family dynamics has changed right before our very eyes. A lot of traditions we had back in the days are now obsolete. But I can remember back in those days, there was always that one person who gathered around. That one person who kept everyone grounded. That one person who pretty much acted as the glue of the family. And this song right here is dedicated to her.
Last night, a cold house and an empty bed, reminiscing about those times, thinking about the advice that she gave. At times it didn't make much sense, or maybe I was just too young. But what makes you laugh makes you cry, and my heartache has just begun. My grandma once told me there's two sides to every story. The side you want her to believe, and the other, but she's not naive. Said life won't be easy, just stay humble and never too greedy. And they can tell by the company you keep, every close I ain't always asleep. Said I miss those days. Oh, those days we used to spend at Big Mama's house. Oh yes, I do. If I can only go back in time, Lord, I only need a couple of years just to make better better choices in life and make some of these tears disappear. Sometimes you won't see the forest, but it's only because of the trees. And it's too late to admit that we're wrong once them trees done lost all its leaves. My grandpa once told me the best advice comes from those who were old. And when it comes to a woman, young man, everything that glitters ain't gold. But if you ever find a woman like your grandma, better treat her right. 'Cause everything that you do in the dark unexpectedly comes to the light. Said I miss those days. Oh, those days we used to spend up in mama's house. Oh, yes, I do. Said I miss those days. Oh, those days we used to spend up in mama's house.
Big Mama's house, man. That was all right, fam.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Let me ask you a
Thank you.
question, man. When the first time you was doing it, when you actually was in the studio, did it get you to take a moment and pause for yourself because you know it meant that much to you, or you just let it flow?
There was times where I kind of took a break. Like I told the engineer, hold on a second, give me a second. And I had to kind of like gather myself, you know what I'm saying? So I can finish the song, you know. But there was some times in the studio where I was I didn't know if I can finish it, you know what I'm saying? Because man, my grandmother, bruh, that was I mean, I don't want to offend my mama, but that was my mama, you know what I'm saying? That was my mom's still living, but it touched me. It touched me. I had to pause a minute while recording it, and then once it was done, you know what I'm saying. There was a few times when I would just listen to it, and I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying. But it's getting easier and easier now to sing it. It's just a special song, you know. At least to me, it is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. This song it hits home. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a lot of us was raised by grandparents or raised by a grandmother, and I know living with mine. You know what I'm saying? After I moved from New York, you remember those sayings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You miss those sayings. You know, and you miss those conversations. So you know, it definitely hits home. It's definitely relatable to everyone that has been. You know what I'm saying, in those situations. So just, you know what I mean, that alone, man, I'm sitting here blown just by the context. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the verbiage that's used in it because, it's, like I said, it's relatable.
Right.
Because the grandmother was the matriarch of the family. That's what
No
kept the
doubt.
family together. You know what I'm saying? And,
Mhm.
you know, if something ever happened to her, you know, a lot of times the family fall apart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's definitely it. Shout out to Kimberly Isaiah from Starbuck Promotions. Appreciate you checking in with us, and thank you again. Um, like I said, you know, it's definitely a whole vibe. But what is some of the things that Maurice 337 brings to the game that separates him from other artists? DJ Drake Coat, what's going on?
Some of the things, I don't know. I just feel like once I get on stage, I'm trying to start booking now, but once I'm on stage, just my stage presence is different. I try to relate directly to the with the crowd and stuff. I just I don't know. I just feel like in a way I'm a different artist. I come across different when I'm on stage. Um, and I just try to connect. I try to connect with the audience. I mean, I know a lot of that's what basically all artists do is try to connect with the audience. But I don't know. I just bring you variety, man. Like I might have you swinging out 1 minute, I might have you crying the next minute on stage. You know what I'm saying? So I think the variety is what I bring to to my craft and stuff. I may start off with a swing out song. I have some slow jams out there that I've written. One is entitled Collard Greens. Another one is Slow It Down. So it's just I just feel like I bring a variety when it comes to my music and stuff, and when it comes to performing and stuff.
Definitely. Shout out to Ike Dirty, man, my brother. What's going on with you, man? There's definitely, like Let Loose says, definitely smooth flavor. It's definitely a smooth, coming across real smooth. Shout out to my big bro, Steve Drayton Sr. Man, that used to be my barber back in the day, man. That used to be,
man? What's up?
that was my barber right there, boy. Shout out to Steve. But definitely when it comes down to the music, it's definitely a different vibe. Who was the individual that you worked with for as the actual music, the track for that song?
For Big Mama's House, I work with a guy by the name of Dennis Lesjack that actually did that track. And he plays the guitar. So I went through him, and of course he sent me he sent the track to me, and I just, like I said, it took me about 2 weeks to write to it, because at first I had the track and I would just listen to it every once in a while. And then eventually one day I just sat down in my living room and I actually started putting everything on paper and stuff and writing the song.
Okay. When it came down to the music, you just you waited for the track first, then you wrote, or is that your normal routine?
I prefer to have the track. But I've written songs, because sometimes, man, I'll be sleeping, man, and I'll wake up and I'm like, did I dream this or what? And it's like a song in my head. So what I'll do is I hurry up and grab the phone and kind of like record the some words and stuff like that and a melody. And that's one thing Roy is good with, man. I can go to Roy and kind of hum some stuff to him, and he'll put it, he'll bring it to life and stuff. But most of the time is the track. I'll have the track first, and then I'll go ahead and put the lyrics to it. And I've been given tracks by different producers, and I just can't write to it. I'm listening to the track and I'm just not feeling it. And then there's some tracks. There's a song I wrote called "The Weekend," and it was produced by Melvin Vizek, a guy from here, but he no longer lives here. He lives in Texas. And as soon as I got the track, like the words start coming. As soon as I put it on, the words start coming. So it just depends, man. But I'd rather have the track first, and then I'll go ahead and write to it.
Man, okay. So who was some of the inspiration, like people that you looked up to because you was in a band? Like what bands did you look up to? You know what I'm saying? Coming up.
Man, that's gonna tell how old I am. But I'm gonna tell you some of the bands I looked up to. Coming up, of course, like Ready for the World, Prince, Michael Jackson, New Edition, High Five. I used to like Ronnie as a young dude. I used to like Ronnie Laws as a kid. I love some Ronnie Laws, man. I still listen to it today, and my wife would be like, "Who? What you listening to?" I'm like, "That's Ronnie Laws," But yeah, Ronnie Laws, man. The Doobie Brothers. I used to listen to the Doobie Brothers coming up. Who else? Of
Hey,
course.
Maurice, you
Right.
came up in a good era. I know that
No
era
doubt.
that you're talking about. I know that era
No,
you're talking about.
no doubt. No doubt. Jesse, what's his name? Jesse Johnson.
Yeah.
Shalimar.
Mm-hmm.
The Barge. Now, as I got older, I started listening to like one of my favorite groups right now is like Mint Condition.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I love Mint Condition. Man, that's who else can I think of right now? Like Mint Condition is like one of my favorite. It's obvious because I can't think of anybody else right now. Like Mint Condition just came to my head, but I love Mint Condition, man. There's other artists I like, I really like, but like Mint Condition, like when I went to see them in concert, it was like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like they sound good. They sound just as good in concert than they do on record. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Tony.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Right.
And, and I tell you, the reason why I said bands because there's not many groups anymore. The groups and the bands is like a thing of the past now, whereas everybody wants to be a solo artist. Everybody is looking to step out on their own. But when you're talking about bands, you're talking about cohesive units.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking like the Mint Conditions, RL and them in Next, and then you got Jagged Edge and Ready for the World. Those groups like that, you know what I mean, is some of the groups that you talk about. It's just like Troop. We had Troop on. Troop is still doing their thing.
I seen that.
Shy still doing their thing. You know, it's amazing to see how artists are still growing and they still connected with one another. So, being that you come from that, what did you learn about being in the band that helped you as a solo artist going forward?
I don't know. I guess just taking everyone's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in bands before, groups before, where one person, it was all about them. Like your idea wasn't relevant, or the drummer's idea wasn't relevant. You know what I'm saying? And I've just learned that. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? And just be open minded when it comes to creativity. As far as the band goes, creativity, just be open-minded, man, and that'll bring you a long way. It'll take you a long way, and never burn bridges. Also, when it comes to your band members and music, just try not to burn any bridges because with music, you have a lot of infighting and stuff like that. But sometimes you end up making a complete circle and coming right back to that same person that you had that beef with in the past, bro. And it's just much easier to click back up if you didn't burn that bridge, if you didn't say something that's unfixable or do something that's unfixable when it comes to those relationships and stuff.
Right, definitely. And I can see that. That's the growth and the maturity. Being that you started out young, then going on to the military as a a mature artist now. You know what I'm saying? What is some of the things that you look back on and said that, not that if I could change it, but if I had the same opportunity that you have now, what would it be?
Let me think. Man, I was so wild when I was young, bro. I was wild. I don't know, man.
You ain't saying nothing slick to these two cans of oils, right?
When coming up, especially when I was in the military, man, we put all our faith in the manager, in this particular manager, and we found out in the long run that we were being lied to the whole time, bro. I guess just to have more checks and balances when it comes to people managing you or people trying to direct you in the right direction. make sure that you find out, is there any alternative? Do they have any, you know what I'm saying? What's their goal? Are they really looking out for you, or is it just about them? Because we were lied to a lot, man. When I was in the Army and we had managers, we would just like it just deflated us a lot of time, because we found out towards the end of it that all these contacts, or this person is looking at you, this person wants to hear you. It was just all bull, just to keep us, you know what I'm saying? Keep the hooks in us, and pretty much. So I think having having more checks and balances, you know, but when you're young, you're just thinking about Hollywood and making videos and being in the public eye. So you believe everything that the manager said back then, but having more checks and balances, man, and just, you know what I'm saying, looking into things, not just taking people word for 100 all the time, you know what I'm saying, and just I think that would have saved us a lot of heartache coming up, because a lot of times I was like, man, forget this, I don't want to even do this no more. After that lie, I don't even want to do music no more, you know what I'm saying. But of course I would come back to it, because when you love something, you know, you're gonna always come back to it. Right. But that's one of the things, man.
Now, the sponsor, like, what was the inspiration behind sponsor? What made you sit down and matter of fact, what was about that title?
Sponsor you. Bruh, listening to the music, bruh. I'm listening to the music, and I'm thinking of stuff. Everything is going through my head. What can I write about? And I thought about hip hop, and I said, you know what? There's the little slogan, let me sponsor you. Like, you know, you be in the club with your boy, a nice little girl pass by, a nice woman pass by, and you be like, damn, she look good. Boy, I'd love to sponsor that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in a bad way, but you know, like I love to sponsor you. Like, damn, she fine. I want to sponsor her. Like, I want to take her out. I want to buy stuff. I want to kick it with her. You know what I'm saying? And there was no songs. There was no songs that used that term. There was no R&B songs that said they want to sponsor some. There was no rap songs about sponsoring. And I said, perfect. I said, I'm gonna do sponsor you. You know what I'm saying? And I wrote the lyrics to reflect, you know what I'm saying, me checking out a chick and wanting to sponsor her, me wanting to buy her purses and shoes and take her out and bring her out to eat and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't say in the song is, you have to sponsor me too. I mean, the females can sponsor us too after a while. You know what I'm saying? But it was just something, bro. It was, you know, it's just the slogan, man. Let me sponsor you. I just said, you know, I want to be the first to put that one out. So that's when I wrote sponsor you.
Definitely. Hey, shout out to our GC radio sister Regina. Finally, Regina's in the building. Hey, yo, K, man, let's get off into sponsor you, man.
Let's roll it right here.
How many of y'all trying to get sponsored out there?
You know who it is, baby. It's Maurice, baby. Yeah. Girl, I'm trying to sponsor you. Girl, can I sponsor you? Buy you a purse or two. Girl, whatever you like. Take you on a shopping spree. Take you on shopping sprees with me, baby. Hey, check it out. I saw her in the club, but I'm trying not to stare. And she was looking so good, y'all. To the others, it wasn't fair. I gotta make my way to her, but when the time is right, I have a few questions for her by the end of the night. Like, what's your name, sexy lady? Can we get to know each other? Buy you another drink and maybe can I get your number? Take you on the floor, spin you around a few times. Girl, you look so good, I gotta say what's on my mind. Girl, can I sponsor you? Ooh, buy you a purse or two. Take you on shopping shopping sprees. You and me, baby. Gucci and Louis. Ooh. I wanna sponsor you. Sponsor. That's all I wanna do. Sponsor you. Sponsor. I wanna spend it all on you. Hope you're not offended, baby. Not trying to buy your love. I just wanna do all the things your ex-boyfriend should have. We can take a trip anywhere, all you have to say, and we'll sip on margaritas on the beach in Montego Bay. 'Cause girl, I'll take you on a cruise with me, we'll sail around the world. I know you're independent, but I wanna spoil you, girl. I'll treat you like a queen, so baby, let me be your king. I'll give you what you want and you won't ever need a thing. Sponsor you. Ooh, buy you a purse or two. Take you on shopping sprees. You and me, baby. Gucci and Louis. Ooh, I wanna sponsor you. Sponsor. That's all I wanna do. Sponsor you. Sponsor. I wanna spend it all on you.
Hey, K, run that back.
Right. Let it roll. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the sound of Maurice 327 right here, real. And you.
You know who it is, baby. It's Maurice, baby. Yeah. Girl, I'm trying to sponsor you. Girl, can I sponsor you? Buy you a purse or two. Girl, whatever you like. Take you on shopping spree. Take you on shopping sprees with me, baby. Hey, check it out. I saw her in the club, but I'm trying not to stare. And she was looking so good, y'all. To the others, it wasn't fair. I gotta make my way to her, but when the time is right, I have a few questions for her by the end of the night. Like, what's your name, sexy lady? Can we get to know each other? Buy you another drink and maybe can I get your number? Take you on the floor, spin you around a few times. Girl, you look so good, I gotta say what's on my mind. Girl, can I sponsor you? Ooh, buy you a purse or two. Take you on shopping sprees. You and me, baby. Gucci and Louis. Ooh, I wanna sponsor you. Sponsor. That's all I wanna do. Sponsor you. Sponsor. I wanna spend it all on you. I hope you're not offended, baby. Not trying to buy your love. I just wanna do all the things your ex-boyfriend should have. We can take a trip anywhere, all you have to say, and we'll sip on margaritas on the beach in Montego Bay. 'Cause girl, I'll take you on a cruise with me, we'll sail around the world. I know you're in codependent, but I wanna spoil you, girl. I'll treat you like a queen, so baby, let me be your king. I'll give you what you want, and you won't ever need a thing. I'll sponsor you. Ooh, buy you a purse or two. Take you on shopping sprees. You and me, baby. Gucci and Louis. Ooh, I wanna sponsor you. Sponsor. That's all I wanna do. Sponsor you. Sponsor. I wanna spend it all on you.
Man, bro, that shit is a whole vibe right there, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Man, I'm trying to see how many of them ladies out there trying to get sponsored.
Man,
I bet you when they pull up on the dude now, they're gonna ask is he a sponsor. He trying to sponsor some.
I've been getting some good man. Let me tell you, I sent it to a DJ out of Columbus, Ohio, and he hit me back and he said, man, we really don't play Southern Soul swing out up here, but he said, but I'm playing this one. And I'm like, appreciate it, man. So everybody I'm talking to, like they saying like they like the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's some DJs, man, like I've been trying to reach, and finally they play it. Like they play it. Like they finally, like I done bugged them enough on TikTok and bugged them enough on, and they're like, dog, like this shit hitting, you know, and I'm like, I was trying to get you to play it 2 months ago, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes, man. It just take time, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that Roy told me, and one thing that Derek told me, like, bro, just give it time, bro. Just give it time, you know, like it's a good track, it's a banging track. Just give it time, you know what I'm saying? You're not Bruno Mars, so when you put it out on Monday, it's not gonna be hitting on Saturday, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but just give it time, you know. So I'm just being patient, man, and it's growing. Every day it's growing. More and more people hitting me up, especially females on TikTok hitting me up. Love it, da 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 da. How can I get it? Where? So and they're taking pictures with purses and stuff, and shooting videos with 2 purses, you know, with the song playing in the background. So it's starting to, it's really growing, man. And I'm just being patient because I got a bunch of other stuff, but I want to let that, you know, I want to let that plant grow first and then start putting out some other stuff, man. So I'm satisfied with how it's doing right now, man.
I'll tell you that that's the way it normally is going. That now that when an artist put out a song, they wanna milk it. They want to see, you know what I'm saying, how much that people really vibing with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it needs to grow because you got to think about trying to get exposure in different areas. You know, and that's the only thing. Like I say, like with Southern Soul is so regionalized a lot of times that it'll be bumping in Louisiana, but then haven't had the experience out in Texas or Mississippi yet. So you have to wait for it to get out there, and then, you know, for it to do what it's going to do.
And you're right, because my wife is from Alabama, up north Alabama, like right below Columbus, Georgia. When I was in the military, I met her, so right outside of Columbus, Georgia. And man, like Roy was jamming Texas, Louisiana, so we went to Alabama one week and we played one of his tracks and they were like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Y'all ain't never heard of Roy Anthony Chip?" And like, "No, y'all never heard this song before?" I'm like, "No." And my brother-in-law, he downloaded it and stuff like that. And about 6 months later, it's a hit over there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
Roy's in Alabama now, but it's like I couldn't believe, after leaving Texas and you hearing Roy Chip, gonna do me, and anywhere you went in Louisiana, gonna do me, and in parts of Mobile, Alabama, but up north, Columbus, Georgia, Atlanta, it was like they didn't know who Roy was. It was just unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? They know now. You know what I'm saying? Because now you see him on shows in Atlanta and Columbus and different areas. But it just, like you said, it just takes time. With Swing Out and with Southern Soul, you could be a hit in Mississippi and nobody know you yet in Alabama or Louisiana. You just got to sit on it and wait some time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. You definitely got to push it to the point where it got to get the exposure so it can reach different audiences. And that's one thing that I hope that artists can learn, that have patience with a song and not just wait to every 2-3 months and push it out there. Key 3, what's going on? You know what I mean? Just push it out there. So, but definitely that's a good look. Now, we getting ready to come to the end, but I want to make sure that people know how to get you booked, where they can get your music at, and the next time you perform. And on top of that, your social media handle, your TikTok, and everything else.
Yeah, I could be reached if you want to reach me for a booking. I could be reached at Maurice337music@gmail.com. That's Maurice337music@gmail.com. On all social medias, if you type in Maurice337, I'll pop up. If you type it in Facebook, TikTok, I'll pop up. For some reason, they did away with my Instagram. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they did away with it. But Facebook and TikTok and Maurice337, and it'll come up on there. You can also reach me by phone at 337-298-7693. If I don't answer, just leave a voicemail. And sometimes it's even easier to just text me and I'll be able to reply. Because sometimes I can't reply with whatever I'm doing. I may be in the studio, I may be doing something. I can text you, but I won't be able to answer. So those are the ways that I could be reached, man, for any type of booking or for anything, questions. You can reach me that way. And the songs that you heard tonight, Big Mama's House and Sponsor You, they're on all the platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, iTunes. They're pretty much everywhere. So
Definitely. Now, Maurice, before we go, man, tell them what the Maurice 337 stand for, man. Let them know what it stands for, man.
okay, so Maurice. Okay, my middle name is Maurice. My middle name is Maurice. My first name is Cuban, but people always ask me, "You from here?" You. My first name is Andres. My mama named me after a baby she used to babysit when she was at Xavier, to make a little extra money. So she named me Andres, which some people say, "Oh, you just adding that to your name," and I'm like, "No." And just to tell you a quick story, when I was in high school, females used to call my house and they would be like, "May I speak to Andre or Andres?" And my mama would say, "You have the wrong number," and hang up on them and tell them how to pronounce your name. And I'm like, "But they can't pronounce it." So anyway, but Maurice is my middle name. When I came back into music, I saw that there was another Maurice out there, another R&B artist named Maurice, and he was black. So I talked to Chip and I said, "I'm adding the 337, which is our area code here in Lafayette, in this area." So I added the 337, and that's why I go by Maurice 337. So that way, if you looking up Maurice, you don't pull up the other guy, which he sounds good. He sounds real good. He's R&B. He's not from here. I don't even know where he's from, but I didn't want people to get confused, so I added the Maurice 337.
Definitely. But I just wanted to make sure that people knew, you know what I'm saying? They would be like, you know what I'm saying? Why is Maurice 337? And I'm like, okay, let him tell you his story. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. Those who was watching on Fleet TV, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Third Coast Society TV, GC Radio, PSUO
So 82.3.
82.3 out there in Columbus, Ohio, man. Thank y'all all. And KYs, you know what time it is, bro.
Yeah, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in to Real 360 with our special guest, none other than the dynamic Maurice 337. Maurice, man, we want to let you know you don't have a home away from home. You got a home right here with Real 360. So if anything that we can do, man, any given time you want to come back, please let us know. We got you on lock. It's all good. And we wish you well in your success and endeavors to you and your family.
Thank you very much, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank y'all for showing interest earlier than tonight, man. I reached out and y'all showed me some love. So I just want to tell y'all I appreciate that, man.
Is there anybody, before we go, is there anybody you like to shout out to?
Man, I want to shout out Roy, Chip. I want to shout out Chris Arduin. Who else? Ronnie Bell, Tony Armani, Cupid. People who helped me out coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell everybody, thank you for supporting me, all my listeners, all the people that's following me on TikTok. Thank y'all, man. All the DJs on TikTok, all the DJs just around that's been playing my music, taking that chance and just spinning it one time to hear it. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Man, listen.
What's up? You got something else to say, Ja? Good?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here like last year. I am DJ K Wise the Law, aka K the Black Superhero. That's Josh Shamel the Law, aka Mr. PhD. Who?
Himself.
And listen, together forever, we are the dynamic duo as known as Real 360. All right, y'all. We out in 5,000. Y'all maintain and take care, man. Peace to Allah's mighty Father, nation, and God's nurse. Peace.
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 Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, check us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of God's and nurses, to all the human families on the planet Earth. I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness. The piece of man, woman, and child of the universe. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it.